We fly down the highway with police escort and helicopters circling overhead. Jump out of the truck and race for a spot with a view of the stage. We shoot the warm-up, the crowds, and finally, the entrance of the Comandancia, the leaders of the Zapatista rebellion. Several of the comandantes, men and women, give speeches that address their main issue, the rights of the indigenous people of Mexico, 56 distinct ethnic groups, each with their own language, customs, and dress. But the biggest story is the mainstreaming of rebellion. It is a public relations campaign organized by Subcomandante Marcos, 7 years after he first led his armed band of rebels out of the jungles of southern Mexico. Right now I'm in Tepoztlan, approaching Mexico City, but the Zapatista Caravan began for me 2 weeks ago in San Cristobal de las Casas. I left San Cristobal with Janet Schwartz, a journalist who has lived here for 22 years. We were headed for the Lacandon jungle, where the rebels trained, fought the Mexican army, and established their own independent towns.
Well, we're on our way to La Realidad, a place called Reality, and it's the last stronghold of the Zapatistas. They've been surrounded by Mexican army bases, and they've had to wage their battle on the internet and with the media.
At the last press conference before the march, the Zapatistas provided their usual photo opportunities, featuring masked women and men, the image of faceless Maya campesinos fighting for their rights. Then Marcos faced the cameras and gave the itinerary of the caravan before launching an attack on Mexican President Vicente Fox. Fox, he said, was trying to turn a Zapatista march into a Foxista event. It was a taste of the war of words both men are now waging. We stayed in La Realidad that day and overnight, enjoying Zapatista hospitality, now with the masks off. Watching Mexican TV set up live shots and sleeping in hammocks along with other journalists. The day of departure from La Realidad started at 5 a.m., but it was hours before our pack of reporters was allowed to sprint down the road to the ceremony which had been arranged for us. Marcos gave up his guns in a moment which looked to the world as if he were flaunting them. Then, in 4 Suburbans, the 23 Zapatista Comandantes took off at high speed over rough roads, with all of us in pursuit, a chase which has become a way of life for us these last 2 weeks. First stop, San Cristobal, one of 2 towns the rebels captured in their surprise offensive in 1994. In the plaza behind the cathedral, always a haven for Zapatista demonstrations, the rebels presented the opening night for a hometown crowd. Marcos and the Comandantes sang the Mexican national anthem before delivering speeches which outlined their hopes for the entire country. And afterwards, visiting Zapatistas from Maya villages all over the state slept in the municipal building that the rebels had captured in their first armed uprising. The next morning, Marcos got into the tour bus and a photo opportunity that has been repeated every day since. But San Cristobal was unique in the throngs of Maya supporters who ran to the edge of town to bid farewell and thanks to the busloads of people from around the world who were starting the journey to Mexico City. It was a thrilling and moving moment, an outpouring of hope from a people whose lives have been guarded and limited for centuries. Since then, the caravan has become a blur of cheering crowds in the plazas of dozens of cities. Some things do stand out. The range of speeches that Marcos delivers, from poetic and inclusive to fiercely political.
Ni hospitales, ni doctores, ni enfermeras, ni medicinas.
Then there's the concern over security, which has led to the rise of the Italian contingent, the White Monkeys, as a human shield to protect the comandantes. And there's the increasing energy of the crowds, leading to stampedes when the comandantes appear. We were caught in one such crush in Querétaro. But the optimism is undeniable as the caravan approaches Mexico City. Marcos and the Zapatistas have begun a dialogue on human rights and justice that will change Mexico. It will continue long after we all leave this traveling roadshow and return to our own homes and families.